Hello, my name is Joshua Keith, and this is theburningcoal.com, a website dedicated to God's glory, His grace, and our response to it. Today we're going to be talking about being thankful for a refuge. Now, our passage for today is going to come from Psalm 62, and we're going to look at verses 7 through 8. It says, "On God rests my salvation and my glory, my mighty rock, my refuge is God. Trust in Him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us." It's good for us to think about God as a refuge because there are just times in life where it gets overwhelming, where we don't know what to do. We have no idea where to turn. We don't know the right decision to make. We feel like we can't even breathe anymore. And so having somewhere to go, having some place that can be safe, having something that can provide us comfort is important. Notice how the psalmist talks about pouring out your heart before him, having that place where we can go and lay all our worries, our cares, our anxieties, our defeats, everything is so important. And so we can be thankful to God that He has given us such a refuge. A few things in particular that He gives us a refuge from. First of all, from the world. When we go out and we see the world and the corruption that has happened because of sin, the world can be a very dark and sad place. And you don't have to look very far to see that. You can look in the news, and every day they find terrible, sad stories to talk about. Some of them are people doing terrible things to other people, but some of them are just the way of the world, the way that storms come through and bring tornadoes, hurricanes come, earthquakes come, disease comes. And it's just overwhelming sometimes to see all of the bad news, all of the difficult things. And then it also comes and hits us in our personal life as we know people in our church family, in our families. What happens is we see that things happen to them too. Those same diseases, those same disasters, those same hardships. It comes and it can surround us. And so sometimes we need a refuge from the difficulties that the world brings. On top of that, we need a refuge from our enemies. The world is against Christians. They don't want Christians to be according to Jesus. They don't want the truth, the light to come from Christians. And so we may have people who stand up against us, who persecute us, who want us to fail. And we know without a doubt that there is a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour, in Satan as an enemy. And so we know that there are times where we're just beaten down from every side. But we also know that it's okay. Because we have a refuge that can stand against even the fiercest enemy. And that is our God. He is a refuge from all of it. But even more, we see that Jesus is a refuge from our sins. In the psalm, it talked about how God is our glory, our salvation. And of course, salvation comes from our enemies, from those who are trying to defeat us, overcome us. But also, unfortunately, we need salvation from our own mistakes, from the sins that we've committed, from the things that we've done that have honestly caused suffering both to ourselves and to our loved ones. What do we do? Wretched man that I am, where can I turn? God in His grace provides us a refuge. He provides us hope. He provides us comfort. And so when we need to move away from the world, when we need protection from our enemies, and when we need removal of our sins, we can go to God because He is our refuge. I hope this lesson blesses you in your walk in His kingdom.